So Harden takes a $15 million pay cut to stay with the Sixers.
Yep.
Big tennis fan Daryl Morey agrees with this decision very heavily. Is Harden admitting that he's no longer great, or are we supposed to expect that Harden expects to win in the future?
Well, listen, we've got to give credit where credit is due. And James Harden had the option of play this year for $47 million. Opt into that, or do what he's doing, and the exact contract details haven't been finalized, but I think it's going to be about a 2-year, $64 million deal. So $32 million this year with a player option for $32 million for next year. And yes, some people are like, well, he was only guaranteed 47, now he's guaranteed 62. This is an absolute team-friendly deal that helps the Sixers avoid the penalties of the hard cap, that helps the Sixers add the players they've added this offseason, which I think makes them a more viable contender in the Eastern Conference that we know, at least I believe, Milwaukee sits at the top of. Then you have Boston as a clear number 2, and then real questions after that. What is Miami going to look like? What the hell is Brooklyn going to look like? And can Philly be better? And James Harden is a punching bag of sorts, and fairly so, because he quit on Houston, and then he quit on Brooklyn, and then when he got to Philly, he was bad. However, just because a guy has some really ugly marks on his resume doesn't mean we have to ignore when he does something that clearly and obviously helps the team. And him not it wouldn't have saved things for the Lakers, but what if Russell Westbrook had done something similar? Opt out of the $47 million and then agree to a $15 million cheaper contract. What would that have potentially opened up for them? Now, this specific contract that Harden just agreed to, the Lakers wouldn't have offered to Russ because the player option in year 2, the Lakers obviously don't expect Russ to be on the roster this year, much less a year from now. But the point is, Harden is not a fan favorite, and understandably so. However, I don't think anyone should ever question how much he wants to win. Now, if you want to say he would take care of his body a little bit more, he wouldn't go out as much if he really wanted to win, I guess I could listen to that, except for the fact the guy was incredibly durable, and the guy was incredibly not just high usage, but high minutes in games every single year of his career until he got to Brooklyn and he started dealing with some injuries. He was 80-plus games seemingly every year with the Rockets, playing around 38 minutes per game, near the top of the league in minutes played every single year. The issue with Harden wasn't that he didn't want to win. The issue with Harden was that in the biggest spots, he didn't play well, but that wasn't for lack of trying. And one of the reasons, I would argue, the biggest reason he wanted to leave Houston when he did was he knew that team could no longer win. Now, he did it in kind of embarrassing fashion, and he left Brooklyn in even more embarrassing fashion. But this is a guy that is going to have made, between the Adidas money and the NBA money, around $500 million. And so it shouldn't be shocking that he is going to set money aside to a degree, take $15 million less to try to help Philly have the best chance to win. That doesn't shock me. It is only shocking because it is so rare that it's done. But even though Harden is not a popular figure, there is no workaround to well, this is actually good for him because, no, it's only good for him in the context of it gives him a better chance to win a championship, which is what I think he truly wants to do, and I think what his goal is. So I'll give him credit for it. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.